So, welcome to Talk, Learn, Connect Conversations with myself, Yvonne Redden. And today I'm talking with Rory King of Rory's Travel Club and also now Travel Influencer of the Year 2023. Rory, congratulations.
Thanks very much, Yvonne, and thanks very much for having a chat with me today.
How does that feel? Travel Influencer of the Year, isn't that brilliant? Great news.
Uh, it's brilliant, and it kind of, to be completely honest, we're still very much in first gear what we're trying to do. So I'll
Yeah.
never take credit, and I'll probably downplay everything. That was amazing to win that award, but still, there's still thousands of people in Ireland that we haven't helped yet for holidays, and
Yeah,
until
you're
we get
getting
to
there
them,
though.
I won't.
Because you only
Yeah,
started, you're not even doing it that long. I mean, I'm a member since you began, I think. Like maybe let's start there. How did it all begin and when did it all begin for you starting this club?
yeah. Absolutely. So about 5 years. So basically, I spent 10 years traveling the world.
Yeah.
Um, about 5 years ago, I was headhunted to work for a French company called Smartbox, headquartered on Talbot Street in Dublin. Amazing company.
Mm.
But basically, what they were doing is they were selling gift boxes, and basically, when Irish people book Irish accommodations through them, they were taking 30% commission. So it didn't make sense to me, and at that time, I knew what all the competitors were taking. So basically, with that there, for years it didn't sit well with me. I was like, Irish people booking Irish hotels and 30% going to a company in France.
I
Surely
know.
there's a way that we can actually save local people that money. So
Yeah.
that was the concept initially, and so basically that was the concept once I started. Um, I went to hotels starting out, and they were like, "Brilliant, we love what you're thinking, but like, who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
So I kind of had to delve into a few different things. There's a company in America called Scott's Flight Club, and basically what he does, he monitors cheap flights, and then he basically spends a lot of time on Google Flights, Skyscanner, and on the websites of the airlines. And whenever there's really cheap flights, he posts them to his members. So I was like, you know what, I could try and do that to kind of bring a
Mm.
bit more appeal to what we were trying to do. At this stage, we didn't charge, so for the first 6 months, it was completely free. We were just kind of putting the concept out there, and I was working two jobs. Like I was 6, 7 hours a day on this every day. And probably 6 months in, I decided, right, I'm going to give it a go. And that came off the back of a Facebook post where I says, look, we've been putting these offers out the last 6 months. We're thinking of charging €10 a year to access them. What do you think? And there was hundreds of people who were like, yeah, absolutely. Like, it's brilliant. What really got us going was Aer Lingus, or there was a fare with Aer Lingus. It was €202 to go from Dublin to New York return, and that just exploded. We got 10,000 extra followers on Facebook overnight, and there was hundreds of Irish people booked it. So from there, we've now added group trips. We've kind of flash deals with hotels here in Ireland. We're now working with multiple travel agents, working
Yeah.
with cruise companies, Irish ferries. So basically, what we're trying to become with Rory's Travel Club is almost like the group on a travel. So
Mm.
basically what we're
Yeah.
doing is we're giving our members basically the cheapest time to go, and then hopefully we'll have a discount on top of that.
Yeah.
So
But the
which is
discounts are
absolutely
amazing. But so I think from it was a lot of research, wasn't it? And following other people that were doing something similar to what you're doing now in other countries, your experience with traveling. I mean, a combination of all that. Facebook, using social media. I mean, social media is our best friend, isn't it, for promoting what we do?
yeah,
I mean, any
big.
business should be on at least one platform anyway. I mean, it's like a job in itself doing them all, isn't it? It's like it's hard to juggle and change all the pictures and all that kind of stuff. So, email marketing, have you used that kind of a strategy as well?
Yeah, well, we've 77,000 people on our mailing list, which is
Wow.
incredible. So yeah, we're using it all. In terms of we're proactive than more proactive, probably I'd say than 99% of people on social media. So in terms of Facebook, we aim to post 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Instagram, we're probably posting twice a day with maybe 5 stories. We're using our emails almost every day. We should be
Do you
doing
do
more
that
on
yourself,
TikTok.
Rory, or do you hire a VA or something?
No, no, no. We've a team. There's
So
there's
there's a big
seven of us
team
full time.
now. Yeah.
There's seven of us full time. So basically, up until 12 months ago, I was on my own, and thankfully, as we've been able to grow, we've been able to add staff, which is it's incredible in itself because whenever I started this, I basically wanted to inspire people to travel and save them money. I never once thought I would have an extra employee. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to pay myself at that stage.
Yeah.
So basically how far we've came in such a short space of time. It's amazing. But the other side of the coin is there's still so much more to go. The more
But
staff we have, the more
you can slow down a little bit, Rory. You don't have to do it all
uh,
today. But like, even what's an
uh,
average day for a travel info? Like, where are you now? Like, what part of the world are you in now?
so yeah, I'm in Belfast.
Yeah.
Today I've already spoke to two or three of the top travel agents in Ireland. I've spoke to one of the cruise companies. I'm actually going to promote a place in Port Royce. I'm staying there tonight. They've six. It's a brand new complex. They've six self catering cottages. I'm meeting Emma, our sales manager, and we're going to plan ahead for June. That's the priority of the day is
And how do
getting
you get that?
kind
How
of.
do you approach the hotels and people like that? I mean, obviously, I know at the start you said they didn't know you. Now they know you because you built up your social media profile. I mean, that helped enormously, did it?
Yeah, so we don't charge any of our partners we work with that we promote, the travel agents, the tour operators, and the hotels. We don't charge them. There's no
Yeah,
fees or no commission. So basically, say for example, you own Jimmy's Hotel in Drogheda, which there is no such thing, but anyway, for talk's sake.
yeah,
So I'll ring Jimmy's Hotel and I'll say, look, we have a social media presence. We've 300,000 followers. We've 76,000, 77,000 members. What we want to do is we want to promote your hotel to our audience. But what we're asking, so the OTAs, third parties, take between 15 and 30%. So I'd say, look, if we can bring you the same amount of money as a
yeah,
direct booking, meaning you make the same amount and Irish people save a few quid, are you up for it? And thankfully now we've over 800 accommodations that have said yes. Same to same with the likes of the travel agents we're working with. So what we're doing is we're actually just looking for value more than anything. And because obviously travel agents typically are tour operators over the years, we'll be
yeah,
spending heavily on marketing with whether it's the newspaper or websites, whatever it may be. So we're able to say to them, look, it's completely free, but instead of you spending 700 quid on an ad, if you can give our guys 30 quid off or 40 quid off
yeah.
or whatever it may be.
So it's
Good example.
influencer marketing, isn't it, really, Rory? I mean, that's huge, isn't it?
Well, it is, and like in terms of, and I know kind of contract. Obviously, you're working alongside newspapers and whatever, but like I could put a video out on Instagram about it with a deal for whoever it may be, Tour America or Magic Vacations or whoever it may be, Stand Line, whatever it may be, and I could reach 70,000 people in 24 hours, and
I
that's
know. It's
70,000 people that are
incredible.
interested in travel, and I can do that completely for free for our partners. Whereas
Yeah,
to reach that audience through traditional channels, and I used to sell advertising for the newspaper, so
yeah. So
I know all
yeah.
about it. And
But even if they
like
convert some out of 70,000, if they convert 10, 20, I mean, it's a win-win, isn't it? Like, it's
yeah,
incredible.
well, I'll give you an example. We
Yeah,
started working with Hayes Travel in the north last week. I put out a family offer for 2024 to Antalya in Turkey, and there was 16 families booked it. The average price probably 3 grand, and that's off the back. I sent one email, one Facebook post, one email, and there was 16 families. So you're looking at about 25, 30 grand of bookings just after me sending one email for one, and that's only one example.
it's amazing.
I was on
Mm.
I was on to I know Magic Vacations yesterday. They probably had 15, 20 families booking Disney, one of the Disney offers we put out. And obviously
I'm
come
looking at that
payday.
myself, Rory. I've got two little ones. I seen that for next January, or was it next April? It's just incredible. I don't know how you're getting these deals, but like, even the power of collaboration is amazing, isn't it? And you've
It's
collaborated.
unreal.
It's just an incredible power, isn't it? This, like, what kind of collaborations? You've mentioned a couple there. Is there any more coming, or that you have? I mean, tell people who you collaborate with
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, well, a great example is we did a thing with Stenline in January, and it was
Yeah,
€5 day. It was €5 day trips to go from Dublin or Rosslare across in the Stena and back. And you can get your duty free shop, and you can take the kids, you can whatever. And there was over 4,000 people went on that. And for young kids, it was their first experience of a big boat. There's actually cinemas on them boats. I'm sure you're well aware.
yeah.
And to go to the cinema is going to cost more than €5. Never mind
It's
take
about
your kids
50
away
quid
for a
when you're
day to
bringing two
Scotland.
kids. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like,
So
I must do that as well. That's amazing. But how, like, I know, how do people, when they sign up, it's €10 for a year, isn't it? That's the membership. I mean, it
it's
hasn't even
ten
gone up
euro
with
a year.
inflation.
No, well, that's the thing. That's what I was going to say earlier. So I started this at €10. Didn't know if I'm going to be able to pay myself. It's still €10,
Yeah.
and we've added so many partners, so much more value,
Mm.
and that's only going to increase. Like we've sent out ebooks with like incredible information. We have a members group on Facebook. There's 22,000 of our members, and basically, if say for example you're going to Mallorca tomorrow, you can write in any like we've had people asking for recommendations on babysitters, where to go for food for people that maybe are lactose intolerant,
Yeah.
like all sorts of stuff. And the thing is, because we have 22,000 people from Ireland in a group that are interested in travel, typically there's going to be two or three people that have been, if not more. And the
Yeah.
comments, it's invaluable to people because, like, in terms of we've people asking about hotels in wherever, New York or
Yeah.
London or Amsterdam, and like, and the thing is, like, you can go on Google all day, but to have a real recommendation from an Irish person that's going to be
It's
honest because they've nothing
invaluable.
to lose,
Yeah.
nothing to gain.
It's
And like,
the
so that's
customer experience. I mean, it's like with business now, it's all about an experience, isn't it? And if you can share customer experiences, obviously it's going to gain more customers because you make it so simple. When you get the email, you send three, I maybe four emails a week, I think I receive, and you make it
yeah,
easy step by step how to do it. So it's easy enough to do. You look at the flights, you have it all screenshot, like it's easy to navigate, isn't it?
yeah, and that's it. And to be honest, the more members we get, the more people we work with, and the more value everyone gets. Like a great example is actually it's gone out in an email today. So the Woodford Dolmen's a four-star hotel in Carlow, and basically they have a lot of availability for whatever reason on the I think it's the 12th and 13th of July, whatever that weekend is anyway. And our guys can book 2 nights for two people for €300. So it's bed and breakfast and a two-course meal each night. And on booking.com, it's €378 just for bed and breakfast. So our guys are saving €78 and they're getting two course meals, which is worth the guts of another €100. So like
Yeah.
I've said, like they're saving 100, and don't get me wrong, that's not for everyone. But if
Yeah.
we're going to put out 100 things like that over the year, there'll be something there, hopefully for
Yeah.
everyone. And
I mean, a
but
flight to
as
New
I
York for 200 quid. I mean, Jesus, that's incredible, wasn't it?
that was Yeah, well, we had like we've obviously like the prices have went up since the pandemic, but
Mm,
off the back of the pandemic, like we had people going to Sweden for on flights for €20, €18 return. Obviously, you're probably not going to see that anymore. But
yeah.
yeah, as I say, we're almost coming the group on a travel where
Yeah.
like we're giving people like. So basically, like I'm a massive fan of Expedia. I think they're absolutely brilliant, and they kind
Yeah.
of were
I've
the
used
first
them before.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
and they were the first to kind of open up the kind of online space. Whereas beforehand, you go into a travel agent, and the travel agent can see all the hotels and the airlines, whereas the customer couldn't. Whereas Expedia was
Yeah.
the first person to digitalize that.
Make it more
Um,
transparent.
yeah, but we're kind of trying to bring it to the next level. Whereas
Yeah.
we're actually going to be putting in front of our so for what we're looking to do for our customers is give, for example, to go on Symphony of the Seas, probably one of the most iconic cruise ships. So to go on Symphony of the Seas, like week by week, we're obviously a lot of these boats are going 7 days on a rotation. So what we're going to do is we're going to give the prices week by week for the next 4 months. So and that's invaluable to people because for me to go and do that, to look at the next 4 months, it could take me 2 3 hours. But for me
Oh,
to put that in front of people and then they
yeah.
can see because I'm sure you're well aware the price of cruising varies week on week.
Yeah.
A cruise one week could be 1,600 per person, and it could be two and a half grand the next week.
Yeah.
Maybe not that extreme, but like there's definitely hundreds of euros difference between week on week. So for us to present that in front of people, and we also
It's
will typically have a saving on
brilliant.
top of that for our members.
Yeah.
Brings it back to, and another thing as well is we're presenting that information, and because we're bringing typically volume, we'll be able to get a group rate. So to qualify for group rates, you could need it depends on what airline or what cruise ships or what hotel.
Yeah.
You typically need kind of 10 or 15 rooms or cabins or whatever it may be. So for example, if we've got 10 people going on a certain date and they're getting 10% off, so we ask that the people we work with pass that on to our guys. So for example, it could be 2 grand to go to New York for a couple, whereas if we take 10 rooms, it's actually it comes down to 1,800, which
Mm.
for so if one person walks in, they're paying 2 grand, but because
A
we're
group.
booking that group
Yeah.
space,
Mm.
we're getting it much cheaper than potentially you'll find it elsewhere.
Come here.
So there's
Where
numerous.
is the most extravagant and most amazing place you've been so far with Rory's
Yeah,
travel
I
group?
with our group,
Yeah,
I'd say, well, I lived in Fiji for a year, but we haven't like Fiji is the best place in the world.
yeah,
I don't know. Everywhere's so different. I love, and this is actually, I love Zadar in Croatia. Ryanair fly there most, as far as I know, at least 7, 8, 9 months a year. It's really reasonable. We had about 60 people when we went to Zadar from all over Ireland, and I think it started at flights and free nights accommodation started at €87 per person. Like that, that was probably the best deal. One of the
I
best deals
seen
I've seen yet.
one of your deals to Greece there not so long ago, and I was nearly I was going. I was like, ah! It was for
Uh
me and the two kids because I have to look for family ones. So for me, it's all about I have two small kids and myself. So it's solo traveling, me and the kids. So I always look
yeah,
for things like that. But oh my God, I was so tempted, and I was looking to see how easy it is it when you get off the plane. The transfers for me would be the big thing, transferring to a
yeah,
hotel with two kids with luggage and all that has to be easy,
of
so
course.
that's a big one for me as a solo traveler with kids. But
Yeah.
I think it was 130 quid each for the week for somewhere in Greece.
That was
I can't remember the name of it, but
it was it's a Kinfos. Yeah, it was. There was a
I
lot of
think it
people
was
booked it.
Zakynthos. Oh, do you know, I'm going to keep an eye on it for October because I'd love to go. It looked beautiful,
You need
amazing.
to get the kids little wheelie suitcase. Have you not seen the like wheelie suitcases?
Yeah, I know, but sure, I'll end up still carrying them and the kids on them as well, Rory. It never works out.
Yeah,
But like the
I
deals are
know.
incredible. And now you've teamed up with Tour America as well with Miss Mary McKenna.
Yeah, and like that's hopefully only going to go from strength to strength.
Yeah,
Like essentially, the more members we have, the more bookings that are going to come in, and our partners are going to be happier. They're potentially going to add even more
yeah,
value to our guys. I was just on to, I was just on to John down at Magic Vacations actually there about half an hour ago,
yeah,
and what we're actually doing is like we could have 20 people book a date for Disney. We could have 30 people, 20 families, 30 families. We had 27 families booked Efteling. So what we're doing is we're not only giving them great value, what we're actually looking to do going forward is actually setting up a WhatsApp group for all the families going on the trip, meaning that the parents can kind of
fantastic.
communicate pre-trip and kind of say, look, this is what you need to bring. And then while they're there, if they do something that's good, they can put it into the WhatsApp group, or if they're looking to meet for dinner, which
Well,
there's no one
even for
else
someone
doing
like
it.
me traveling on my own, it'd be lovely to meet up with other families. I'm looking at Eflin as well because I've never heard of that place, and I think Disneyland, it looks just something different. I mean, it looks incredible, the stuff you put up about it.
Yeah, and it's like it's a bit of a hidden gem. And to be honest, I didn't know too much about it until John first mentioned it to me about a year ago.
Yeah,
But they have a safari 20 minutes away as well. So we're waiting on prices from the safari. So I'd say
right.
in the next 7 to 14 days, it's going to be a 2 day, or sorry, 4 day trip where you have 2 days at Efteling and 2 days at the safari.
And it's easy enough
Which
to get to. I mean, that's Amsterdam, isn't it? You fly to Amsterdam and then
it's
it's train
it's
and
an hour and 15 minutes, yeah, to
from
get there,
Amsterdam.
which
Mm,
from Amsterdam, yeah, which is great. And I think so many people have done Disney. It's kind of
yeah.
they're looking for something for something different. And yeah, I'm sure. Like I'm sure we actually only put an offer out for 4 days there just yesterday, and I
Mm.
know there's already families booked on for later this year. I think it might be
It's November,
October,
I think
November
it
time.
is. Yeah, I think I'm looking at that myself. So for anyone starting off a new business, they have this idea, mad harebrained idea in their head, which
Yeah.
could develop into something incredible like yours. What advice would you give to anyone starting off in a new business?
Um, Obviously, just go for it. If you don't try,
Mhm.
you never know. I had
And
this
it's
concept
building
for
your
five
network as
years.
well. Do you think a network, building that community is really important as well, isn't it, Rory?
It is because at the end of the day, the people that are your customers that buy into you, unless you're actively trying to engage on, like I'm a very sociable person. Like, and if I
Yeah.
could I could stand on top of this table now and I'd happily talk to whoever's in the
Well,
shop about
if
what
you
I'm
want to
doing.
do that, go
Um,
ahead there.
No, but in terms of yeah, just go for it. I suppose
Yeah.
I had a concept that I didn't act on for 4 or 5 years. To be honest, I was content. I was traveling the world
Mm,
working for another company and I was really well looked after. But it's the best thing I ever did. But don't underestimate the work that has to be put in, because if you don't work
mm,
hard, you'll be
yeah.
closed in the morning. And
Yeah.
I know from I get my screen report every week. Whenever I started out, I was spending 12 hours a day every day on my phone average, and then I was on my laptop. And that just goes to show kind of the time and effort that has to be put in to
Yeah.
get the like we're still nowhere near where we need to be. But
Yeah.
in terms of like I appreciate there was a lot of hard work that went in at the start, and it still has to
Yeah.
continue. But it's like anything. Like if you have a concept that you think is going to work, go for it. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, if it doesn't work, my thing was if this doesn't work, I can walk back in and I'll go for an interview and get a job somewhere else again. But
And you learn by
if
failing
I
as well, isn't it? Like it's that growth mindset as well, isn't it? And like, I mean, maybe the next step, I don't like an app would be probably a handy one as well, wouldn't it? For Rory's Travel
yeah,
Club,
well
something like
that's
that.
yeah, well that's what we're doing. So Rory's Travel Club is going to be as of probably June, July. It's going to be just all international. Um, the emails are still coming. We'll add your partners and add value, but we're
Yeah.
launching an app. We're launching an app. We've been working on it for the last 8 months, and the app is going to be 15% cheaper than Booking.com. We've already between 800 and 900 accommodations signed up, and there's going to be other features on that app that's just going to completely blow your mind. So, like the technology isn't going to be
Yeah.
the technology is not going to be great from day one because obviously we've had to do it on a budget. But
Yeah.
going forward, we will be able to build an app that's really good quality, really fit for purpose, and
Mm.
we are going to take on the big players in this industry in
Airbnb better
Ireland.
watch out. Booking.com, they better watch out. Rory's Travel Club is coming, isn't it?
The thing is, like
It's
we're
good to have
already taking
competition as
millions.
well. Competition is good, it's good to have that.
Yeah, like they'll argue like it's a one stop shop, which is great and it's really user friendly. But can we
Yeah.
build something user friendly that Irish people don't have to pay? So they're all charging in around 15% commission.
Yeah.
Whereas if a family go away for 3 or 4 nights, it could be 600-700 euro. 15% of that is on average it's about 100 quid. And
Yeah.
for me, and this is why I set up Irish people booking Irish accommodations shouldn't be given 100 quid to these
I know.
multinationals
Yeah.
that aren't even present here in Ireland, and it sickens me, and that's why I set this up. And
Yeah.
do I think we like? I think do I think we're going to take them on? We're already taking a massive, not a massive, we're already taking a small percentage of their sales. But over the
Mm.
next 6 to 12 months, I think it's only going to get stronger because people are price conscious and people do shop around. And if we've got 15% off all these
Yeah.
accommodations, why would people give the 15% to a foreign international company?
And I think it's also about having that Facebook group as well that you can go in and chat to other people. How did you get on? What did you think? All that it all adds to what they're getting from the value that they're getting from €10 a year. I mean, it's mental.
I know.
Where can people find you and where's the best place where they can sign up?
Yeah, so rorystravelclub.com is our website where you can sign up. It's €10 a year, and you can kind of
Yeah,
have a look through our website. And you can find us on Trustpilot as well. We've now over 655 star reviews, and you can kind of
brilliant.
read people's
Mm.
experiences from trips and whatever. There's a wide range of stuff on
Yeah.
there. You'll find us on Facebook, rorystravelclub.com, Instagram, and TikTok. I
And
know I
you've got to
should
get
be a
on
bit more active.
LinkedIn. You've got to do more on LinkedIn, Rory.
Oh,
That's a good platform.
I, I have LinkedIn, and yeah, you're dead right. I was only thinking that there in the last couple of days that we have got a LinkedIn. We've about 400, 500 followers already, but we only set it up about 6 weeks ago. So definitely, I
That'll
want and need to be
expand.
because
Yeah.
LinkedIn is in terms of business to business
It's a
and
great
connecting
network
with the people.
platform, yeah, for connections as well. That's definitely on your list. Another platform to do. But Rory, I know you're running off now to get these deals. I can't wait to see what I get in my email this week or next week.
We've here's one for you. We've gone out today for the last week of August. We've Marella cruise. I think it's the 22nd of August, 7 nights. And you're going to Ibiza, Marseille, Genoa, can't remember places like that. But it's €1,200 all inclusive. So your
Incredible.
drinks, your food, your flights, your 7 nights on board, and the times you have about 10 or 11 hours in 5 or 6 different places as well,
Just have to
which
fly. Where
is
does it go from?
it goes from Jeez, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on the email coming across. Then we're going to reiterate it. We're going to put it out. But
Amazing.
I think it's
But like
11,
12, I mean, the
11.99.
value of that, I mean, Jesus, I mean, the cruises are not just something for millionaires now. We average people can do them now, which is great. You know what I mean? Because it's something I've never done and I would love to do. So that's
Yeah,
great to know.
it's fantastic. Yeah, and sort of long may it continue. We're only going to get better,
Yeah.
and this is the start of something really,
I'm
really
looking
special.
forward to seeing how you expand and scale because you've done so well and congratulations on it all. Thanks a million for spending the time with me today, Rory. I know you're a
No,
busy
no
man.
problem.
You take care.
No
Thank
bother at
you.
all.